Ooh, that's a nice takeoff. If you guys are just getting here, it's Ryan from the Max Afterburner channel. I'm a former F-15E combat fighter pilot, F-16 Thunderbird pilot. I've flown in over 80 air shows around the world, so I'm gonna talk to you from that perspective. And hey, subscribe to the channel, like the video, it'd help grow the channel a lot. Here we go. So you can see right here from this perspective, there are some leading edge flaps on this SU-57, so that's gonna help with the takeoff. But being able to take off on that short of a field, that's a feat for a jet this big. So it speaks to the thrust to weight ratio, the design of the jet essentially being one big wing. And you can see in the back, that metal piece in between the engines, that's called a wanker. Su-27s have them, Su-35s have them. Could be some sort of rearward facing radar, electronic attack. We're not exactly sure, but at the end of the day, that thing is gonna be in danger of scraping. And you could see it was inches off the runway. So the pilot in the front is gonna be thinking, all right, what's the exact amount I can pitch up and the airspeed I need to not scrape that thing? Because if you're too aggressive, you pull a little too early, you're gonna scrape that thing and you will earn yourself a call sign. And it probably won't be the call sign that you want. Nice muscle climb there. Oh yeah. Yes, it's a beautiful muscle climb going basically straight up. And if you guys are just getting to the channel, this is the close-up of the Su-57 so we can look at the flight control surfaces. There's another video I did that's a little further back so you can kind of get more perspective. This one's gonna be close up. And as we have paused right here, you can see that leading edge flap is down just a little bit to help with this jet's slow speed maneuverability. It's been said before that this doesn't have a leading edge flap, but what I'm seeing right there is a leading edge flap. And again, it's worth saying this is a T50, which is a trainer version of the Su-57, kind of the demonstration model that they're gonna yank around, they're gonna bend it, they're gonna do all kinds of crazy stuff to it, and hey, worst case scenario, smacks into the ground. You're not losing a Su-57 and all the sensitive avionics equipment and radar that are inside of that. This is an Airshow bird, and it's kind of the early models that Sukhoi built to test out the airframe. All right, nice over the top maneuver there. This is gonna jump around a little bit. Boom, looking down at the engines, it's claimed that this thing has 3D thrust vectoring capability. I wouldn't doubt it, just with the fact that the control surfaces aren't quite as big as what I would expect them to be. They're not gonna get as big of a bite of the air as you might need to do some of those crazy maneuvers. So when you help out with thrust vectoring, it's gonna exponentially increase the amount that you can maneuver. Nice, nice flip turn. Ooh, and he's gonna go right into the Top Gun maneuver. Woo! Nice, dude. So as you guys can see, that left horizontal stab is essentially dug all the way down, and then the right horizontal stab is basically deflected all the way up. Wow, that is impressive, the amount of degrees that those things are moving. But again, with a jet that big, you're gonna need a little bit of help, so the thrust vectoring is gonna help on that as well. I can see that little tiny sliver of leading edge flap is down just a hair as well. So that's helping out with the slow speed maneuverability. There's a lot going on. It's an impressive flight control computer to run this many control surfaces. And again, thrust vectoring intertwined as well. Wow. Yep, goes right into the falling leaf. Man, it kind of looks like AI. That's pretty sweet. But again, a buttery jet from what I can tell. It just looks like it's stable. And you get that much of a surface, kind of everything connected to the wing as far as like the fuselage, the wings all blend into one. The SR-71 kind of does that as well. Ooh, do you even vape, bro? This guy vapes for sure. Okay, what's he gonna do? He's gonna flip it. Yeah, just showing off the maneuverability there, the different control surfaces. You can see those leading edge flaps are kind of tucked in now. Maybe they're down just a hair. I mean, it could be permanently set like that too, because it looks like it's kind of like that a lot. So I don't know if it's actually tucking back in or if that's just the shape of the wing. Nice flat plane maneuver there. That's one, like that's the Cobra maneuver essentially. So just being able to just boom, stop the jet on a dime. Yikes, that's gonna be hard to defend against. Boom, there's another close up of that. Yeah, it's got just that front deflection of the wing. It's almost like a permanent leading edge flap from what I'm seeing. But I think it would have to move at higher speeds, but hey, that might be above my pay grade. Look at the dancing there. Look at the dancing of the ailerons. Wow, you can see the close up there. It does look like there's some flaps broken out on the left there, and then it's just dancing. So again, that is just extreme precision of a flight control computer, and I'm getting a little bit excited because I'm looking at this like an aviator. And again, this thing is built to maneuver. That's what it's made for. It's made to create national pride. It's made to sell some of these things to China. That's what they're doing right now. So this Airshow pilot is very adept at making this thing dance, and it looks like a good job so far. Ooh, that's a beefy turn. Nice, he goes right into a J-turn, a J-hook. Very nice. Just the tightness of this turn right here that you're gonna see, I mean, that's gonna be hard to compete against in a dogfight. Your best bet's gonna be to build spacing, get above them, try to maintain your 3-9 line, which means not overshooting in front. But the fact that he can just do that 360 turn right there, I'm guessing it's pretty low G as well, just because if it's that tight, you're not going incredibly fast. So he's probably bleeding off a lot of his G early on, maybe I'd guess 6 Gs, get that out of the way, and then you're just kind of turning around a circle like a helicopter. So not as high G as what a Viper would need in order to do that 360. Wow. Oh, dude, nice move. Yeah, that's sweet. All right, gear coming down. It's gonna be a real tight turn to final. Oof, it looks unnatural being that tight. But again, it's got thrust vectoring. You can get out of a lot of situations with thrust vectoring and it's gonna look way different. The fact that he rolls out right there about 50 feet above the runway, that's probably no thing to the Airshow pilot for this thing. Nice touchdown, long landing, but he accounted for that, I'm sure. Just because he wanted to land right in front of the crowd, kind of touchdown right in front of him. Drogue chute comes out. Need better brakes on this beast. So the thing I really want to highlight though is this pilot is an Airshow pilot. So having done this myself, you become one with a jet. You know every nook and cranny, you know every little nuance, every little weird thing that jet's gonna do, you know it. And so you're able to max perform it like nothing else when you get this much flight time and when you're focused on demonstrations. So the fact that this pilot's able to kind of make that incredibly tight landing and do that, I wouldn't expect to see that from combat pilots actually flying the SU-57. Again, this is a demonstrator plane and a demonstrator pilot showing it off. But the thing I really like about it is the way that this thing can dance up in the sky. It can kind of hold its own, stay there. It could build spacing. It could basically stop in midair and give you a really tough BFM problem to solve. Not that you couldn't solve it. I think there's a chance you could with a 4th generation fighter like an F-16 or an F-15C. But at the end of the day, this thing's a formidable jet. Looks really good in air shows. I'd love to fly it sometime. So Russia, if you need a second test pilot, you need a Western test pilot to test it out. I promise, whatever I learn, it'll stay between us. Thanks for watching, guys. If you would, go ahead and dominate the like button, subscribe to the channel. It turns out that like 80% of the people that watch my videos with millions of views so far, they're not subscribed. So I've got like 20% of them are subscribers. So we could get, to like 50% or more. It would really help grow the channel. It would help me do all kinds of other things that you might want me to do. It would help me do more flight videos. Please check out another video as well that helped me a ton. I also have a podcast right now, so check that out. It's called The RB Show. Everywhere you get your podcasts. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.